Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to do a tour of our 2023 Dynamax Isata 5 30FW floor plan. I'm going to give you an in-depth tour, but let me give you a panoramic view here. I'm going to do a separate tour for the outside and the cab area, so this is really going to be the inside only. And this is bone stock. We haven't made any modifications to it yet, but I've had it long enough to see which features we like and dislike so far. But let's go ahead and start out right in the kitchen. So in the kitchen here, we have this solid surface countertop. It has this cool little edge lit banding here, as well as the lit toe kick. And that upper cabinet also has a backlight on it. This stove here, it's a 3-burner stove. And some things that we don't like so far, if you hear this is a rattle machine going down the road. Definitely have to put some towels or something to silence this. The other thing is that acts as the backsplash, and you can see the 3 burners. But you see how much space that it takes. Has this little light. I think you've seen enough tours where they have that blue backlight. This one has the white one. But it takes up way too much space, and then you lose some counter space on top of it. This may be a mod I do in the future. I'd rather have a 2-burner induction, you know, the long way here, and that would take up about that much space, and it would free up some counter space here. Not sure if I'm going to do that yet. We're going to live with this for a little while to see how that goes. Let me go ahead and put this down. Then over here we have the sink. You can see the solid surface sink covers here. Let me go ahead and take this off. And it has this big, basically a double bowl sink. It's a single bowl, but it's wide enough to be a double bowl. Undermounted, obviously. Doesn't have that bar down the center, which I really like not having that bar. That way, if you need a very large sink, you can have it. Does have this little faucet. I don't know, it looks like it's a no-name brand one. It swivels way too much. Hopefully there's a tightening mechanism to tighten that up, but this swings around when it drives. I'm going to go ahead and put these solid surface covers back on. It does also on the countertop have this power. Just pull it up like this, and you can see it has 3 power outlets and a USB outlet there. This little window here has a giant tall valance. I don't know why they made the valances so tall in this RV, but you do lose a lot of window space from that. And over on this side, this is the curb side, and you know, the only window there is really on the door and this window, and that valance takes up so much space. May come up with something different in the future, we'll see. All the windows are dual pane windows. I did forget to mention that we did get the option of the Explorer package, which includes 950 watts of solar on the roof. I'll show you that in the exterior tour video, as well as 400 amp hours of lithium batteries. But that is the only countertop surface there. There is this little extension here, which is in this floor plan absolutely necessary. You can still get around to the door. So we do miss that big countertop that the 24D floor plan had on the Winnebago. It has this little opening here. I'm not sure I like this feature at all, but it has the actual garbage can in there. But it's a giant garbage can, but it doesn't have a lid. So not really sure I want to have a garbage can there. I may end up putting my touchless garbage can over here. But let's go ahead and bring this countertop back down. So it has a side door right here, and you can see where the large garbage can is. Again, without a lid, you can put a lot of garbage in there and it's going to stink up the place. So that's definitely going away. I may turn that into maybe shoe rack storage. You will see these little green lights everywhere. That's dual USB charging. They're pretty much everywhere around the RV. Right by the door, now this door is a pretty hefty door. I like it much better than the Winnebago door, but it comes with its own set of problems as well. I'll go over that in a separate video. It does have this little storage cupboard here. It's not deep enough to put in shoes this way. May have to put them at an angle, but I may turn that into shoe storage as well. Little storage right there. This upper bunk, so this is one of the features that we are really looking for. Has the really tall headroom, so adults can actually sit up there without touching the head. It does have room enough to actually sleep 2 adults up there. Has this TV over here. Not the best placement while you're sitting at the theater seats, but trying it out, it actually is not bad. I think ideally I like to have the TV over here more. Obviously, if you're using the sink, it's going to block the TV as well, but it might be a little better than that TV. That TV can be mounted higher. I think that's what I'll end up doing. Now this bunk has this little bar here so kids don't fly off. Let me see if I can remove that elegantly. Has this little ladder here. This is the cab area. This is an insulated curtain just on there with Velcro. Let me go ahead and take that off. I'm going to do a separate tour of the cab itself, but has this little removable ladder. And over on this side here has slide out controls. This is 2 slide outs. We have a slide out here in the living area, and the bedroom has its own slide. So those are the 2 controls. It does have the Victron Energy battery monitoring, so this is really nice. You can Bluetooth into that. The equalizer auto leveling system. I think you're all familiar with that. It does have one big window on that side, and unfortunately, I wish the window was on this side and the TV on this side, because this is the side you want to look out. You don't want to look out on the, I call it the dump side. Over here, we have the power reclining theater seats. Really like this option. Originally, I didn't want to get this. The standard is a trifold couch, and that's what we wanted originally, to have more sleeping area. But the theater seats are the only option that I could get. And it has these tables that just swivel. They do remove just like that. And if you notice, they both have seat belts. There's cup holders, a couple of cup holders here, center storage. It does have a massage feature, heated seat feature, little blue light. I have no idea why they have that. And then this is just a power recline. I'll go ahead and at least recline it. Let me see if I can speed this up. As you can see, it reclined back pretty far. So I do like this theater seat more than I thought I would. Let me go ahead and put this. My kids really like it, so I guess that's more important. Over on this side, we do have the dinette. Now this dinette is actually pretty large. Hard to gauge it, but it's about 42 inches wide. And this does turn into a bed. So let me show you. Underneath here, we do have some storage. There's a little box right there, so it's not the full width of the dinette, but a really decent sized storage. Over on this side, you will see it has a seat belt. That one does not have a seat belt. And then this table itself, you'll see some cup holders on the top. And this one, the entire thing is storage. So really good storage underneath this dinette. And while you have it like this, you can turn it into a bed. Now this dinette is legless. So it's the Dream dinette. This table is actually really sturdy. And this can turn into a bed without removing a leg. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. But you just basically pull on it like this. Alright, well, I did that with one hand. And it goes just like that. So then these cushions go back down. And then the back of the cushions fill in the center. I don't think I'll put this all the way. I did measure it already, and this is only 5'6" long. So, you know, an adult's going to have a tough time sleeping on there unless if you're short. And then the width-wise, it's only 42 inches wide. So 2 kids can probably sleep on here, but 2 adults, definitely not. 1 adult, 1 short adult, it will work. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back into a dinette. Okay, that wasn't bad. That was all with one hand. I think once you get a hang of it, it's not that bad. Now, without a leg, these tables are usually pretty flimsy, but this one is pretty sturdy. So I liked that Dream Dinette feature. Hopefully they put a lot of backing in that wall. Like I mentioned before, this has the Explorer package. So all the windows are insulated. They're dual pane windows. And that's one of the main reasons why we got the Explorer package. And this refrigerator, so the standard is this residential refrigerator. And because we have the lithium batteries, I'm fine with it. I'd rather have this refrigerator than the propane refrigerator. Of course, the residential refrigerators take a lot more power, but you know, seeing the inside wise, we're all familiar with the residential refrigerators. This is a 16 cubic foot refrigerator. So this is really nice. And then of course, it has a pretty good size freezer as well with a little ice maker. It's just a travel lock, comes standard with the RV. The other thing is I do like that they actually use name brand appliances instead of a lot of the RV makers. So this is just a GE. Not that I'm brand loyal to GE, but better than some of those knockoff appliances. The microwave is also GE, has this little lock on there. And really good size. This is a convection microwave. Now hopefully this one works better than the one I had in the Winnebago, that generic one. That thing had a hard time heating up. And then up on top there's a little storage cabinet here with electrical, with a TV distribution box. You'll notice all the cabinets, the actual doors like that, the upper cabinets are soft close. This lit cabinet here is just backlit, pretty good storage. Has the old-fashioned plastic locks. Has this little storage cabinet here as well. You can see the sound bar, and this is just a storage cabinet here. That's where the WineGuard satellite for the TVs on the roof. I'll probably end up getting rid of that. I was never really impressed with that. And then over on this side here, we have these 3 storage cabinets. And all of them, same thing. They're all soft close. These ones are really deep. It's hard to get a gauge of it, but they're pretty deep cabinets. They're not the tallest, but definitely makes up in the depth. Then I think I missed an item. Right by the side of the refrigerator, you'll see here, this is a pantry door here. So it has a really tall storage cabinet here. It's tall and really deep. You can't actually reach your arm all the way back. It does have these 3 pull-out drawers. These drawers are pretty tall. They are all soft close. And an item I don't like is you'll see this tacky curtain. Now, motorhome of this price, I don't think they should ever put a tacky curtain like that. I'd rather just not have a curtain at all. I may end up putting some kind of folding door here in the, when I say folding, like a double fold door, a hard door, not one of those accordion type doors. But this curtain is definitely tacky. So I knew that going into it, but I don't think it's something we'll ever end up using. But that's really it up in the front. I think I got everything. There is an air conditioner up in the front there. That's a heat pump. There is a Max Air fan here. I forgot to open these drawers, but in these drawers here, you see all the remote controls. There's 3 TVs, one here, one in the bedroom, and one outside. I think 2 are for the sound bar, and 1 is for this distribution panel up there. 2 Max Air fans, remote controls. This is the Truma remote control. So on the Truma, this manufacturer, you actually only turn it on at the Truma itself. And they don't install this dial, but I'm going to go ahead and install this. It does have a touch-up paint kit. And of course, these are all soft close. These are two regular sized drawers, and then the bottom one is a little bit deeper for the pans. I don't like that they're pretty flimsy, just like what I had on the Winnebago. Flimsy bottom, really thin bottom, really thin sides. The faces are all good. I like all the cabinet doors, but the actual drawers themselves, I think they could use some work. I don't know if I looked underneath the sink on this side, but you can see the garbage can in the back. That is where the Truma water heater is from the outside, but have a little bit of storage here. And then going around back to the bedroom here. Here's a view overall of the bedroom. You saw that light coming on? So this is the closet in the back. It does have two lights up on the top. They're both motion activated. You can see it does have the cedar lined closet in the back. Underneath, we do have 4 drawers, 2 smaller ones on top and a bigger one on the bottom. But same thing, they're cedar lined. And just like all the others, it's soft close. I may end up putting a washer dryer combo here, we'll see. And then over here, you can see the shot of the bed. It's a queen size bed. The mattress itself is pretty comfortable. We have 3 windows. And let's go over here. Above the bed, you will see these reading lights. So if you hit them once, you get that little night light. That's pretty nice. And then of course the reading light. And then each light also has a USB charger on it. So that one has a USB, same as that one over there. You see how tall these valances are? Look at these. Again, not a fan of those. Valances must be coming back in style. This mattress, the things I don't like about this is if you look at this mattress and this floor plan, this mattress flips up like that, unfortunately. So when this is a bedroom slide, so when the slide comes in, this mattress actually goes all the way to this wall. So when the slide is in and you want to get to the bedroom or the closet, you have to scale over this little nightstand here, over this folded cushion just like this in order to make it back. I'll definitely have to make some modifications to that. We do have 2 heated floor vents here for the propane furnace. I don't know why they put them right in the hallway like this. Don't really like that. That's going to be a dust catcher. I wish they would have put one way further in the back and turned this one to the side so it's underneath the mattress and not in the walking path. I don't know if I'll get ambitious enough to change those. Underneath the bed, I didn't go over. There's a little panel here, and that's where the water pump is, and this mess of wires. I think all manufacturers like to do this whenever it's behind closed doors. They like to have a mess or jumble of wires. I wish they'd have a little bit more pride and have this cleaned up. I'll end up cleaning up all this wire and removing all the slack, and I'm going to mount my accumulator pump back in here, just like what I did with the Winnebago. You will see here, this has a 78-gallon freshwater tank here. So I think they have it in a really good location right behind the axle, but it doesn't move with the slide. The slide mechanism actually rolls over the top. So that is always going to be there, and the waste tanks are right below here. I forgot to mention some of the other specs is the gray tank is 45 gallons and the black tank is also 45 gallons. So 78, 45, 45. I'm not sure how much the propane is. Here's the bedroom TV. It's recessed into the wall and has this little wooden frame. I don't know how well this wood picks up on camera, but when I first saw this wood on camera and pictures, I didn't really like it, but in person-wise, looks a little bit more elegant than what it shows on video. On the video, it looks like they're more old-fashioned, and in person, they're growing on me. I think I like these. Some of the other options was, just the solid white color. White cabinets I'm fine with, but not with this shaker-style design. It doesn't look the best in my opinion. If it was more of the Euro type, then I would definitely go with the white cabinets. But that's all, you know, opinionated. I think everyone has their own opinions on what type of wood color they like. So let's go on to the back. So here's the bathroom here. So the bathroom has an actual real bathroom door hardware. Doesn't have that giant gap like a lot of bathroom doors have on the top and the bottom. Just looks like a standard house door. It is hollow core, of course. But going into the bathroom, this has definitely have to be one of the larger bathrooms that I've ever seen in a small motorhome. So we do have a fantastic fan here, and that's where one of the other remotes go. There is a frosted panel glass here. It's getting dark outside, so you can't see the frosted. But we do have the day and night shades. Sorry, not the day shades, only the night blackout shades. Unfortunately, all the shades in here are black instead of white. Don't really like that. I wish they were white, so at nighttime wise, it's a little bit more friendly and you get some more reflection off these. But again, these tall valances. You'll also see, obviously, we have some towel hooks, 4 towel hooks here. This shower is a gigantic shower. This has to be almost double the size of the shower I had in the Winnebago. Has the exact same skylight. And this panel here, it's just that plastic. You know, it has a shiny finish, but it's just a plastic panel. Looks a little bit better. Does have the oxygenic shower head. I'll be switching that out. Also has this hose. It looks like it's that metal hose, but it's just plastic with the painted chrome on there. There must have been a sale on these. This shower curtain is really cool. I do like it. It's curved. And, you know, it's on magnets. I don't know how well this camera will pick it up, but it is nice that it's curved. Even though it's a giant shower, it gives it that much more room. Then over on this side has a standard RV toilet. This one does have a shutoff valve. That's nice. These new toilets now come with the soft close seats, which is nice. Has this old-fashioned magazine rack. I don't know who came up with this one, but underneath the magazine rack, I'm guessing that's where the chase for the plumbing is. But they converted it to like a magazine rack. I don't know if anyone ever uses these anymore. Going over on this side here, let me close this door. So you do have a pretty decent sized countertop. Unfortunately, it has a top mount sink. I wish they had these under mount sinks. Can't stand these, you know, obviously water goes everywhere. Has the same faucet. I've seen the same faucet in many different RVs. There must be a big sale on these. Down below, we do have a storage cabinet down here. It's not as big as it looks. We do have a pipe right down the center, and this is all the storage that there is, a little bit on the side. This is just an access panel. Up on top, we do have a medicine cabinet here. This is pretty large size. You know, it's on a corner. Of course, it has a mirror. And this backsplash, this is the same one in the kitchen, I think. I gotta double check that, but it's like some kind of plastic. Looks like tile, but it's not tile. Probably trying to keep the weight down. But I do like the actual bathroom size and nice full-size door. Here's a view of the RV with the slide-outs in. So let me show you what we have. You can see right here. This is a much wider aisle than what we had in the Winnebago, so very comfortable. I did put the old rug back in here. In the Winnebago, the slide out would actually go over the rug about this much. So, and then in this area here, much wider area. So really easy to walk through. The refrigerator. Oops, I forgot to take the lock off here. The refrigerator can be opened up pretty much like this. Full access to everything. No problem with the freezer, obviously. But that is it. So this is the area in the bedroom I talked about. You can see it has this little nightstand here, but to get to the physical closet, you have to scale over this and go over to the other side. So very tough to get to the other side. you can see with the slide out in, if you're short enough, you can actually sleep there. So in a pinch, you could have a kid sleep there. The dinette would still make a bed. And then of course you still have that big bunk up on top. So that's the snapshot of with the slides in. Not a bad floor plan, very usable. Like I said, the bedroom, I think you can definitely use some improvements. That's really it for the inside tour. Like I said, I have a lot of modifications coming up in the future, and then of course customizing the RV just like we all do. First impression wise, it's definitely exactly what I thought it was going to be. Nothing has really surprised me so far. I really like the build quality. The floor is solid. All the walls are really solid. So they must definitely put some decent amount of aluminum framing in the sides. This Explorer package that we got is prepared for winter already. And some of the outside tour that I have will show you how it's set up for winter camping. This is it in a nutshell. Hopefully you like videos like this. I'll have some more tour videos and of course all of the modifications, but so far we really like this. And if you're in the market for, you know, switching out to a different type of RV, this gives you some options. You know, you got to open up your checkbook, of course. All these RVs are just getting more and more expensive for what you get. But overall, we're pretty happy with it. Stick around, I'll show you an exterior tour as well as the cab. But hopefully you like this. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.